Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the great Puckettini, and what I got for you today are the Arkansas Razorbacks' top 10 players versus the Ole Miss Rebels. But I'd like to just start off by saying, I'm totally behind Coach Pittman and this Arkansas Razorback football team. I would have loved to see them beat Ole Miss last night, just like you would have. But I do understand, that was the number 16 team in the country. They may rise up even more as the year goes on. They got a lot of weapons. That Dart quarterback, he probably should be one of the guys up for the Heisman. But Arkansas did a great job of slowing him down. But guys, everybody's getting on Pittman and Enos and all this and that, and they're doing the best they can, guys. Just remember 3 or 4 years ago we were getting beat by Western Kentucky 49-10. Okay, and here we are. The last three games played number 16 team last night and had a 3-point lead in the fourth quarter. Just couldn't hang on to it. And then LSU was ranked. Texas A&M was really good, and we had chances to beat those teams. I think LSU was number 12 when we played them. And so anyway, guys, we're competing hard at their place. We beat Ole Miss last year, wore them out, and here we are at their place this year. We're down a little bit maybe, and I had a chance to beat them. So hey, hang in there with Coach Pittman and this team. Let's try to get behind them and help them. And I think it's Alabama coming up. We're going to be in that game too. Alabama's offense struggling a little bit. Defense is really, really good, though. It's an Alabama defense. But I think Arkansas will be right there with them with a chance to win it again. And, guys, I'm telling you, that's tough to do. Some of you, I think, are just goals a little bit too high. I saw, what's going to happen? You fire Pittman, run him off. He's going to bring in a total new coaching staff. You'll lose a lot of players, and we're going to say, well, give him 3 or 4 years. If Pittman get to 7 or 8 wins here, get 6, 7, 8, get bowl eligible, I think it'll be big for us. And then with the way they're recruiting's been the top 25. We just got, you got to give coach some time. Okay, give him a little bit of time, and I'm behind him totally. So here we go. Number 10 is I'm gonna start off with number 10. Let's see, defensive tackle Taurean Carter. He's a redshirt senior from Mansfield, Texas. He only played 20 snaps. He had to come in there when Cameron Ball got hurt. But he graded out with a 65% overall grade. I saw him in there plugging some holes and doing some good things. Like I say, he only played 20 snaps. But remember, when I do this, as long as they play about half the snaps, I put them in here if they grade out in the top 10. Okay, and he did that, so that's why I left him in there. All right, number 9 was the guy we hadn't seen in a long time, safety Malik Chavis. He is a redshirt senior from Rising, Arkansas. He only played 9 plays, but he graded out at 70% overall while he was in there, and he did have 1 big sack. That was really good to see him. I haven't seen him a lot this year. So great job there by Malik Chavis stepping up when we needed him to make a big play. Did a good job. All right, number 8 was defensive tackle Cam Ball. He's a redshirt sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. He had 1 stop tackle, which means that stopped their drive. He did grade out 70% overall in defense, 72% versus the run. And he only got to play about 13 defensive snaps before he got hurt. So, but did real well while he was in there, All right, number 7 is defensive end Landon Jackson. He's a junior from Texarkana, Texas. He transferred in from LSU. He graded out 79% overall. He did have 1 quarterback hit. He had 1 hurry. He had 3 tackles, and 3 of those tackles were stop tackles, which stopped 2 of their drives. So real good job by Landon. He was pretty active. Saw him running around a lot, and we need him to keep going and get some sacks for us. So good job, Landon. All right, number 6 was defensive tackle Eric Gregory, redshirt senior from Memphis, Tennessee. He did have 2 quarterback hurries. He had 1 batted pass, 1 batted ball, and he had 1 of his tackles was for a stop tackle. He graded out at 70% overall and 76% versus the run. So Gregory had a big game in there. Defense played well. They held a high-powered offense. And that's what everybody was saying. Ole Miss will score a lot of points. Well, we held them to 27. 7 of those were the interception for a touchdown. So really, we held them to 20 points. That's pretty good, guys. Come on now. It's pretty good. All right. Number 5 is a guy who I said before the game, we got to have Jeffcoat start playing better. He's got to start. He's been playing hard, needing to produce some big plays for us. So number 5 is defensive end Trajan Jeffcoat. He's a redshirt senior from Columbia, South Carolina. He transferred in from Missouri. He did have 1 big sack. He had 3 quarterback hurries. And he had 2 quarterback hits. He had 4 stop tackles, which means those tackles are made to stop the drives. So he stopped 4 drives there. He graded out 73% overall grade with a 78% pass rush grade. So very good. He did get after Dart there, and we needed him to do that. Very good job there by Mr. Jeffcoat. Let's keep it up. All right, number 4, defensive end Nico Davillier, or Davillier. We was talking about that last night, how to pronounce his name, with the people I was watching the game with, a lot of my family. He's a sophomore from Maumelle, Arkansas, and he had a really good game. I was thinking he looked like the Predator out there. He had 2 stop tackles, 2 big plays. He graded in at 74% overall and a 75% tackling grade, so did good there, Nico. Keep it up, man. We need you to keep rolling. All right, number 3, cornerback Lorando Johnson. He's a redshirt junior from Lancaster, Texas, and he transferred in from Baylor. He had 4 tackles. One of those was a stop tackle. He graded out about 77% overall with a 75% coverage grade. So did a very good job. Defense secondary played very well, I thought. Number 2 was a guy that come out of nowhere. It was tight end Ty Washington. Man, he had a big game right there early, especially in that first drive. Played really well. He's a redshirt freshman from Leesburg, Georgia. So we got 2 really good tight ends we see now. And that should help Enos' offense, even next year if they let him stay. I'm telling you, I like Dan Enos a lot. He's struggling right now. A lot of these guys, maybe don't fit exactly what he wants to do, but he's trying to mold it and do what he can. So, man, Ty Washington had a really good game. He caught 7 passes for 90 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. He had an 83% overall grade, so very good game by him, man. Big game. And I saw his interview earlier after the game. Just said he just watched a Tom Brady video and just said if Tom Brady only got 2 plays in practice, he want to make sure those were the 2 best plays he had. He want to make them the best. And Ty said that's what he'd been doing. No matter how many snaps he got, he just tried to make them perfect, and he's done a really good job. Very good. All right, number 1 rated player here was cornerback Jaylon Braxton. He's a freshman from Frisco, Texas. Jaylon's been playing good, and he's a true freshman, guys. Showing that we're recruiting very good, and Pittman and the guys are bringing some good players. We just got to let them develop. You see a lot of young guys. Our top 2 here are freshmen, and then Lorando Johnson's a junior, and then Davillier's a sophomore. Who else? We got, Landon Jackson's a junior. He'll probably be back next year. Cam Ball's a sophomore. And then, so we got a lot of young guys contributing and doing good things. All right, but anyway, cornerback Jaylon Braxton, freshman from Frisco, Texas. He had 3 tackles. 2 of them were stop tackles, so he stopped 2 big drives for us. He allowed no catches on 4 targets, which is really big, That meant when his receiver he was covering was targeted, he did not allow him to get a catch on him. He did have 2 passes broken up, and he had an 84% overall grade with an 83% grade in coverage. So Jaylon did very good. I started noticing a couple weeks ago when we played BYU on special teams, and he's really come on and starting to help the defense out a whole lot, playing quite a bit, especially when McLaughlin was hurt. That hurt a lot, guys. McLaughlin's our best corner. And he didn't get to play last night. I mean, and the coaches keeping us in games, players do. So let's get behind these guys and let's cheer them on and watch what good they'll do. Still got about, I think, 5 games left, and I look for them to do big things. I look for them against Alabama here to do the same. We're going to be in the game the whole 4 quarters and have a chance to win it. Hopefully we can pull it out. I'm going to tell you, Alabama, their defense is really good. Their offense, we're struggling a little bit with Milroe. We got to keep him in the pocket. Got to make him throw the ball. And like we did with Dart. I think Dart had 1 big run on us, and it hurt us, but the rest of the time defense did a really good job. So, hey, let's hang in with these guys, and let's keep cheering them on. Hopefully we can get to 6, 7 wins. It's going to be hard, guys. It's a tough schedule. Some of you guys that thought we was going to win 9 or 10 games, I don't know where you're thinking that. Y'all had I don't know, but there's just not 9 or 10 wins here. You'd have to be a very good team to take this schedule that Arkansas has and win 9 or 10 games. That's nonsense. And I don't know how you could get to that preseason. You were drinking a lot of the Kool-Aid. I'm telling you, that's just not there. All right, guys, that's all I got. Hit that like button. If you want to comment below, leave me a message. I love to talk to you, talk a little football. That's all I got. Last thing is, go Hogs.